Let's make the best Nazgul deck in Commander. Hey everyone, I'm DJ. This is the Jumbo Commander YouTube channel, and the Nazgul are so cool, so flavorful. A lot of people are putting them in their Commander decks, but I have found the absolute best, most competitive shell for the Nazgul. If you want to pick up some Nazgul, go ahead and check out the sponsor of the Jumbo Commander YouTube channel, Cool Stuff Inc. Actually, if you want to pick up Nazgul, wait a little bit, because $12, $15 for an uncommon, that should calm down a little bit. But when you do finally buy those Nazgul, pick them up from Cool Stuff Inc. And when you do, use the coupon code JUMBO5 because that's going to save you 5% off your order. All right, so what's the best shell for these Nazgul? Let's take a look at them first. Nazgul are 2 and a black for a 1/2 Wraith Knight with Death Touch. When Nazgul enter the battlefield, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, put a +1/+1 counter on each Wraith you control. A deck can have up to 9 cards named Nazgul. This is great. We can put 9 cards. They all synergize together. We can even add a couple more Wraiths that could be playable, some Changelings, and suddenly we have an army of creatures that get bigger and bigger and bigger and get bigger when the ring tempts us. That's cool synergy. We can be a great attacking deck. In fact, the Lord of the Nazgul, this Dimir Flying Wraith Noble, is a really good shell for the Nazgul because as soon as you get 9 of them, you get to make them all 9/9s, and it's a very satisfying, cool effect. Don't get me wrong, this deck is fun. I'm gonna have a deck list down below if you're interested in Lord of the Nazgul, but it's not good because you rely on playing this 5-drop commander and trying to get like up to 9 Nazgul on the battlefield. It's very telegraphed. People are going to see it, and you're going to be very susceptible to board wipes, and it's going to be really hard and man intensive to regrow your position. So although fun, definitely not the best. And the deck I have for you today is like competitive. It is good. Let's take a look at Ratadrabik of Urborg and its Nazgul combo. Ratadrabik of Urborg is 2 white-black for a 3/3 legendary zombie wizard. It's got Vigilance and Ward 2. Other zombies you control have Vigilance. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary. It's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. The trick with Ratadrabik and the Nazgul lies in the ring tempting you. This ring emblem initially says that when the ring tempts you, you choose a ring bearer. The ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Now the ring progresses and gets more and more powerful, drawing cards, killing things, dealing combat damage, dealing damage, all that good stuff. But all we really need is that first initial trigger of the ring tempts you, choose a ring bearer so that it can be legendary. So what can happen with the sacrifice outlet is we have Ratadrabik on the battlefield, the sacrifice outlet on the battlefield, and then we play a Nazgul. The Nazgul is not legendary, but the ring tempts you, you can choose it and make it legendary. Then sacrifice that Nazgul, that's legendary because the ring tempted you, and Ratadrabik sees that legendary creature leaving and says, hold on, bring it back, except for it's not legendary, it's a 2/2 zombie. The Wraith's like, I'm fine, I'm not legendary anyways, but the ring tempts you, and then suddenly, after the fact, you can make that 2/2 zombie Nazgul legendary again. And then when you use the same sacrifice outlet to sacrifice it, it's gonna come back again. And so cards that have the ring tempt you as an enter the battlefield effect can go infinite with Ratadrabik and a sacrifice outlet. So that means we can get infinite mana with cards like Ashnod's Altar, Phyrexian Altar. With Altar of Dementia, we can mill our opponents out. With another combo piece like a Blood Artist, we can drain the table out. The options for this sort of aristocrat sacrifice kill are really broad. Because sacrifice outlets are all we need. And the engine piece is Ratadrabik in our battlefield. And then we have 9 copies of the Nazgul. That is some resiliency right there. I mean, if we get interrupted, we just wait until we draw another Nazgul. Like, that is a really robust combo. Black and white also have some great ways to get exactly what you need. Think of the tutoring suite that we have in white, using things like Tainted Pack, Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Intent, Imperial Seal, etc. We also have some creature tutors as well. Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded, is a sacrifice outlet and a tutor, even though it is very big and chunky. We've got Recruiter of the Guard that can get us a lot of our creature pieces, and Rager Captain of Eos. That's that disruption element that could be important when you're comboing off, but also searches up that 1-drop. 1-drops could be important because we get something like a Viscera Seer or a Carrion Feeder. Those are the sacrifice outlets we need on a single mana creature. Speaking of disruption, we have tons of it. We can prevent our opponents from going off themselves with cards like Archon of Emeria or Deafening Silence. We can play gross disruption cards like Draneth the Magistrate. We can keep people from interacting with us with Grand Abolisher. Drawn in Linvala, Keeper of Silence can shut down your opponents. You could also run like Opposition Agent and Sanctum Prelate. Like, there is disruption in these colors. Of course, this deck gets better the faster you go, so we're going to be playing cards that give us fast mana. The classics, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Mox Diamond, of course, Jeweled Lotus, because we'd really want our commander on the battlefield to be able to pull this off. That's going to be great. But then we also have the Cabal Ritual, Calling the Weak, Dark Ritual. One thing that's really great about this deck is the way that it can sort of pivot. I really like its ability to get stuff back from the graveyard. I have Lurrus in there to get an important combo piece back again. Because we have so many legendary creatures, Teshar is going to be really solid to be able to bring things back. But then I also like the pivot to sort of combat damage, because the Nazgul can get big, or get sort of a partial loop going with Golem Patient Plotter or like Samwise the Stout-Hearted, and then suddenly you have a really relevant attacking threat. I had one game that everyone kind of stalled out, but the Nazgul ended up getting me there, attacking in. It was fully tempted, so I was draining each opponent for 3 anyways, and it really pressured the life total. If you are looking to play the Nazgul in the most competitive and disruptive way, this is the deck that will win you games. Thanks again to Cool Stuff Inc., the sponsor of the Jumbo Commander YouTube channel. And if you use the coupon code JUMBO5, you can pick up all your favorite Lord of the Rings cards, saving you 5% on that order. Thanks, Cool Stuff Inc. And thanks to my patrons. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you to the patron that sent me this deck list. It's going to be in the description down below. It is gross. And so if you like it or have any ideas for like tuning it or tweaking it, leave those in the comments down below. Mostly excited to brew with the Nazgul, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.